Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into the channel. Thanks for joining me. Excuse me if the audio is a little off today. My microphone, my wireless mic system was dead. I forgot to charge it. Oops, rookie mistake. eBay announced, and I saw it on Ina Steiner's e-commerce bites, eBay is announcing a new way to find and punish bad buyers. They have a new system, some of it automated, some of it through the reporting that we do on the site when you click that report bad buyer, and types of buyers that they are trying to get. Of course, people that buy stuff and don't pay for it. Hopefully they get the automated payment rolled out faster than they're doing it right now, but also people that make it a habit of not doing that they can get rid of. Also, people that open significantly item not as described cases, the INADs or SNIADs, that are lying about it. False INADs just because they have buyer's remorse, or because they lied, or they bought the wrong item, or they don't know that they can return stuff even though they changed their mind, or whatever the case is. Those buyers. And then, of course, the worst of the worst, the people that send you back a return with no items, or with items that are not the appropriate item, damaged, they did the switcheroo, or they just send you a brick or an empty Coke can. And why am I saying an empty Coke can? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I had a $20 return on a remote control yesterday that showed up, and that folks is what is inside the package. Bam! An empty Coca-Cola can. No joke. So the weight is wrong. The remote, thank God, was a heavy remote. It was like 7 or 8 ounces. The Coke can came back with like no weight because it's empty and crushed. The buyer opened a case, which of course I was just like, yeah, sure. If it doesn't work, return it. I gave him a label. He shipped it back. And then he immediately, as soon as he saw it was delivered, asked eBay to step in. I had to reply to it, and I uploaded the photos. They closed the case not in his favor, in my favor, but it looks like they ate it and refunded him. Those are the kind of people that need to go. They just cost eBay that $20. He got his $20. I didn't have to pay for it, but bam. Then he went and left me a neutral feedback and not a negative, which is really, really odd, because the neutral feedback is usually just people that are like, usually leave a negative feedback, right? He didn't. He left a neutral, like maybe it wouldn't be worth my time to do it. Anyways, I will go ahead and tell you what happened with that. I replied to the feedback and told him that he's a scammer and the Coke cans again, and now I'm just waiting for them to take down the feedback, which they said should be down in 24 hours, so I'll check back on that shortly. It's only been like an hour. But that is the story on that. So what I want to do is take you over to e-commerce bites and show you exactly how eBay is going to start identifying these bad buyers and how they're going to start removing them with our help and with their new automated systems. Let's go check it out. Let's thank the sponsor of our channel in today's video, List Perfectly, the best and fastest cross-listing tool for resellers. They'll help you get your inventory in front of 12 platforms in just minutes, including eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, Shopify, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, and many others. Thank List Perfectly for the time and effort they've put into bringing you this amazing tool. Save 30% on your first month or upgrading a month with List Perfectly using discount code ROCKSTARLP. I'll put it down in the description box. They do an amazing job. They have an amazing team, and we want to thank List Perfectly for being a sponsor of the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel.
Okay, so here we are on Ina's website. This is from August the 17th, 2022, which is, of course, today. She updated this originally on the 14th. So here we go. eBay told its sellers it is developing technology to catch bad buyers and protect them from them, though it also downplayed the scale of the problem, which is kind of funny. During the recent seller check-in event this month, eBay Senior Director, Head of Protections, Ian Bednowitz, said his team was developing technology to help crack down on eBay bad buyers using a predictive approach. eBay will also use third-party vendors to identify shoppers who are engaging in bad behavior on platforms outside of eBay. This is the interesting thing, outside of eBay. So Bednowitz described 3 types of bad behavior, which was, of course, the significantly not as described claim, when in fact it's, just a buyer's remorse or what have you, the buyer returning a used or damaged item, and the buyer returning an empty box or different item altogether. We all know about all 3 of those, pretty much. He presented a slide that showed these 3 behaviors, but eBay needs sellers' help, Bednowitz said, and he called on them to report bad buyers. We don't touch the item, so the only way we know if there's a bad buyer is if you tell us, or if eBay identifies suspicious behavior when it looks at trends and data on claims. In another slide, he provided examples of such behavior. Excessive EMBG claims or chargebacks, especially for newer buyers or buyers who have evidence of padding their feedback. So that just means they're always opening cases, like they have a history of it. when we get a report from you, that helps us prioritize looking at those buyers. So definitely always report bad buyers. Don't do it maliciously, but report them. If they're legitimately scamming, if they get a history of it, they can be removed. If they never have a history, then there's no chance of them being removed. The slide also described predictive approaches, which is under development, data science models, identity linkage to previously suspended accounts, and third-party vendors. It's a very important area of investment for my team and for eBay, he said. We're going to use data science to try and anticipate when a buyer might be abusive, might be a bad buyer, so that we can take action in advance. This is what scares me. Might be a bad buyer. We don't know they're a bad buyer, but maybe they'll be one. With some people with a history, sure, I get it, but other things could be false and that get you in trouble. We're looking to do more linkage to other accounts across that buyers may have so they can't come back again if we've caught them before, and use third-party vendors who have information about their behavior on other platforms. So if a buyer is suspended on eBay for bad behavior and they come back to eBay, kind of circumventing the system, great. I'm all for that. But if they're on other platforms, there's no guarantee that they were a bad person. Maybe they were wrongly suspended. Maybe there's bad information. Who knows? Bednowitz says if a buyer returns a different item or an empty box, which he characterizes as virtual shoplifting, eBay will completely suspend them from the platform. Absolutely. And that just happened to me with a Coke can. We're taking this seriously and we're investing in this, he said. We need your help to report these buyers. But he said there's black and white and there's gray, of course. If we look at reports of all the buyers, there are a broad set of buyers that are reported by just one seller. But when we look at how many of these buyers are reported by more than one seller, it goes down to less than 10% of them. So there's a whole lot of buyers out there where they say something was significantly not as described, and you may disagree as a seller. They may have opened an item, done something that they don't think is damaged, and you do, but their intention isn't always to be a bad buyer, but we need your data. If that 10% is really 20%, then getting those reports from more than one seller really helps. You can watch the full seller check-in video or jump to the part of Bednowitz's presentation on bad buyers at about minute 21:14 in the video below, which I'll link Ina's site below so you can check out that video as well. Readers might also find the presentation on returns to be interesting. It starts at about minute 16:46. So that right there tells you that they're looking to link accounts from bad buyers across other platforms. It's a little bit scary. I champion for eBay to get rid of these bad people, these non-payers, these scammers, these return artists. But you gotta walk a fine line. You gotta be really careful so you don't get rid of good people who are legitimately having claims or issues. And because it looks bad, they're like, oh, you're gone. You just can't have that. Amazon does that, and we don't want that to happen on eBay. So hopefully they get this right. We'll see what the updates bring. And in the meantime, leave your comments below. What do you think about this? How do you think this will work? Do you think it'll help? Do you think it'll get rid of bad buyers? I'd love to hear your comments and your opinions and your thoughts in that comment section down below. So please do use it. And after you're done, hit that like button, turn that thumb blue, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos. I'll have more out the rest of this week. As always, I appreciate you guys being here, and I'll see you next time.